Yeah. Hey. Y'all know what's going on. It's Mr. James Mack and my man,
And
my
it's your
coach.
boy.
Yeah. And we got to do a little different today. We under some tropical storm weather and some light hurricane weather. So we still wanted to, follow in with what we doing and say we're going to bring y'all what we bringing y'all. So we bringing it to y'all. We still here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. You know what I mean? I got Mr. Flowers over there on the end. I'm here in the studio. I just happen to live in the area. But, like I said, we got a tropical storm situation going on. It's very serious because down here in Miami, when it get to raining, it get to pouring. You feel me, Mr. Flowers?
All day, every day.
Yeah.
So first of all, I just want to, I do understand it's election night. So I know a lot of people is probably tuned into the elections and so forth. It's also the night before the lottery. You know what I mean? And so, and then of course I want to give a huge shout out to all my veterans because this weekend is Veterans Day. So salute to all the vets out there. I see you guys in Wakanda.
It's loaded up this weekend for them, boy, I tell you. So, like always, well, first of all, this is the Status Podcast, broadcasting live from Miami, Florida. All right, tonight's topic, it's gonna be one. We're gonna get right to it. All right, the modern day man versus the traditional man. What do the women want? What they want these days? Y'all say y'all want the modern day man, but yet you say you want the traditional man. They will open the door for you and bring you flowers. I don't know. What you think, Mr. Flowers?
I think they don't know what the hell they want. You know what I mean? I think they just as confused as we are. You know what I mean?
Man. Well, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? They just as confused as we are. And we're confused not because we're confused as to what kind of man we are. We're confused because at this day and age and in this generation and these times, we don't know what to say, do, or anything when it comes to a woman nowadays. Because, you know what I'm saying, if you open up the door for them, I'm independent. I don't need you to hold no door for me.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? If you you know what I'm saying? If you don't open the door for them and you just kind of keep it moving, you ain't gonna open my door. You ain't gonna hold my door open. So it's like, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be the man that my grandma raised me to be. So I'm still gonna open doors. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do, simply because I got a daughter. I still have a mother. My grandmother, God bless her soul, 89 years old, is still living. So I'm still going. And happy birthday to my stepmom, Miss Patricia. Happy birthday. But yeah, it's I'm still gonna keep it moving, man. I'm still gonna do what I got to do, despite or in spite of however they choose to be confused.
Oh man, you finna get something started tonight. Well, like always, we're going to go ahead and get some from our sponsors out the way. Of course, if you're trying to get into the jury business, you don't know how to get into the jury business, you want to get into the jury business, you can go to www.prosperwithjamesmack.com, click that link, and we can either do a one-on-one call with you and try to figure out, or you could take the class and get into the jury business. It's really up to you. But let's go ahead and run this beautiful bean footage, as they said back in the day. right, we back, Mr. Flowers. You got your Red Bull over there. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready, baby. I'm ready.
All right. So, you know, last week we told the viewers that we was gonna touch on RIP Kevin Samuels and everything, and you know, check on what he was, bring back a little bit of what he was talking about and things of that nature. And you know, I know that he got a lot of flack and whatever for talking about women, calling women out, and all this here. Well, we ain't really never get on the men, and I heard somebody told me that he started out talking about men, but I think tonight what we're going to do is we want to kind of put some of those values and some of those traits on the table and see if that's something that y'all want, ladies, so y'all can make an informed decision when y'all go out here and y'all try to get a modern day man or y'all try to get a traditional man, because you kind of really need to know the difference and what you're looking for. You want somebody jazzy or snazzy, and let me just pull this up, give you a little idea more of what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You want the brother that's a sophisticated, doing his thing, or you want the brother that's a family man, that's traditional. He ain't really into the flashy lifestyle. He chilling. He regular degular. He gonna give you that solid, consistent loving. But a lot of y'all don't want the good guy. Y'all want the bad guy. You feel me?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They want the brother that's gonna take them through a little something. You feel me? So first of all, let's break some stereotypes and let's break down what is the traditional brother, Mr. Flowers.
Well, I think from my perspective, let me start off by saying that from my perspective, what a traditional brother is or traditional man is someone who holds those, I call them the granddaddy values. You know what I'm saying? So the one that goes to do the 9 to 5, he goes and work that 9 to 5. He come home, you know what I'm saying? He ain't out in the streets. He ain't out, doing, foolishness and the buffoonery and so forth. He coming home, when he get paid, he slap that paycheck. Well, they don't do paychecks no more, but he slapped that direct deposit.
He's slapping that debit card on.
You know what I'm saying? He's slapping that debit card on the table. Like here, okay. You know what I'm saying? You take care of all the stuff, you take care of the bills, you take care of this, you take care of that. You just give me my allowance. And the reason why they and the reason why Granddaddy, you know what I'm saying, and so forth, them did that was because if I'm making the money and you paying the bills with my money that I'm making, you can't complain about what you don't have because you know what's going in and what's coming out. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, and you controlling the money. So you know how much the grocery bill is, you know how much the light bill is, you know what the mortgage and the rent and all that kind of stuff is. So if you want to complain, you complaining by yourself because you the one handling the finances. You just give me my little piece of change so I can eat and kind of have money in my pocket on a weekly basis, and you got the rest. That's a traditional man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And of course, when you go down to the chivalry, you're holding the doors open, you know what I'm saying? You're tipping your hat to the ladies, you know what I'm saying? You do it, you're doing all of that type of stuff. That's the traditional man. But I don't think women these days want that kind of man.
Because I got a question for you. I'm like, okay, now is that traditional or is that old fashioned?
That's what you would call I think it's the combination of both.
Because we got the new brothers that are still kind of do the same thing, but they might not, go all the way as far as like giving the woman but I have heard some brothers, but most brothers type won't go as far as giving the sister his whole check, you know what I mean? Or like really, just being kind of, well, here's the question. Because nowadays, would she consider that really kind of like a pushover brother? Like, okay, he gonna do whatever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But see, that's because women want a traditional man, but they don't want to be traditional themselves.
Oh, Okay.
And so you want a woman nowadays want to be the modern independent woman, but still wants the traditional man. You know what I'm saying? But how you gonna have how do you want a traditional man if you're not willing to be a traditional woman? And that's where the conflict arises. You know what I'm saying? That's where the conflict arises, because you want what you saw your grandfather or what you saw your father, or you know what I'm saying, or what you saw the man down the street doing with his wife that's been married 50, 60, 70 years. But you don't want to adhere to what mama, grandmama, and the woman down the street, Miss Susie, you don't want to adhere to what she did to keep her man for 50, 60 years.
So what's the traditional woman then? And I don't mean
a traditional
woman, but I'm just trying to, I think the viewers need to really understand what the traditional woman is in order to understand what the traditional man is, right?
I mean, of course, I'm gonna give you what people think the traditional woman is, and I'm gonna give you what I feel like a traditional woman is. What people feel, what most of our generation or the generation below us consider a traditional woman is a pushover. You know what I'm saying? They think a traditional woman is somebody who just got cheated on and who didn't stand up for themselves, somebody who's weak. That's what the generation, our generation below us, feel like grandmama them was. But what but the real traditional woman was someone who held the house down, held her man down, and even when her man stepped out, or even when her man did some foolishness, she pulled him, checked him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She pulled him, checked him, and kept the house intact.
Right. So you're saying we don't really have those women no more, right? Those women ain't really.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
What is so we know, we done heard the brothers speak on the, on the modern day woman, time and time again. But I mean, it's the modern man. All right. So we got the the traditional man. You saying he gonna come home, he gonna lay that check down, he gonna take care of the yard, he gonna fix the cars. He gonna do whatever he need to do, you know what I'm saying, to make sure home is right, and if he so happen to step out, out of bounds or whatever the case may be, if he got the right woman, that's okay, because she got a good man. On the flip side, from your perspective, what is the modern day man?
A modern day man is someone who is chasing.
They doing what?
They chasing. They don't know. A modern man is someone who is, to a degree, confused. You really don't know. It's kind of like he double dutch.
So you feel like the modern day man is confused, like like they don't really got no real. Would it be values to stand on?
I wouldn't say that they don't have any value to stand on. I would just simply say that they don't have any. I guess the real word to use or the phrase to use would say they don't have any cojones. You know what I'm saying? It's because because we're living in this Instagram, TikTok world, and because there's so many because there's so many options.
Okay.
And because it seems and key word in this whole phrase is seems, although it seems as if the woman has taken complete control of the relationship, he's confused because he thinks that she's the catch in the prize, when in all actuality, he is.
So what about the brothers that know that though? What do we consider them brothers that know they the catch, as my man say, with the high value men that know they the catch, that's not gonna really settle for less? Then what do we classify them brothers as?
But that wouldn't be a modern day man.
So you think that's a traditional man?
That's more of a traditional man who has some. That's more of a traditional man who has some modern ways. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But there's a difference. There's a difference between a modern man and a traditional man who has some modern ways.
Explain that to the viewers and to me too, because I'm listening right now.
Because you can be a young man or you can be a brother who is a traditional man. You believe that you are, so you believe that you're supposed to take care of the house. You're going to treat your woman legitly. You know what I'm saying? You're going to treat her like a woman, like a queen as she is. You're going to handle your business from a professional standpoint and from a personal standpoint, and you're going to put it down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right.
But because of the era and the times that we live in, you might from time to time lean towards some modern, you know what I'm saying, some modern ways. You might forget who you are. You know what I'm saying? You might dine and wine and you might quote unquote simp for a little while.
You said simp. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, we all. I don't care who you are. I don't care how traditional you are. We all have quote unquote simps for a time or two.
Can you break down? Can you give us some examples of sipping for the people that don't really, you know what I'm saying, understand? Because I mean, simping is one letter replaced with pimping, ain't it? Or is it something different?
Well, a pimp controls.
Okay.
A simp relinquish control.
That's very important.
You know?
Right there. Okay. So if
you know what I'm saying?
You got a pimp, you got a simp. What would you classify the pimp? Is he a modern day man or is he a traditional man?
A pimp?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, there ain't too many people out there pimping nowadays. Nowadays, the females is pimping.
We need to get into that. Okay, we're gonna get into that. Okay.
You know, the females is pimping nowadays because you know what I'm saying. They've taken control of themselves, their bodies. You know what I'm saying? How they dress, all that other stuff. So they've taken control of that. And so if a man comes and say, "Hey, what you got on?" The average, the now modern day woman is gonna be like, who the hell is you? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She gonna check him. She gonna check him, and he gonna be like what Eddie Murphy said on What's Called. Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And so you know, so those are when you start talking about pimping and simping and all that kind of stuff, the roles have been reversed. Dramatically.
Nowadays.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So we got modern day men's, we got traditional men's, we got simping, and we got pimping. All right. So now we talking about simping. We need you to give us some examples of simping because we heard this, simping a lot, and we really need to understand, or the viewers need to understand, what does simping mean? So in case they find themselves, exhibiting those traits, they can quickly correct those traits. You feel me?
Well, I don't want to get this conversation into a pimp and simping conversation.
Okay.
Because, and I say that simply because, and you've heard me say this on several occasions, especially on past shows, that to a degree, and I've used simping in the terms of a Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good dude. That's a good brother. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but Russell Wilson is also a traditional man, so you really can't use the word simp with him, even though that's the stereotype that follows the Russell Wilson.
So the Russell,
you know what I'm saying?
he a traditional man, but yet he get caught simping, and simping is what? Spending money on his girl, letting her take control. What are we saying that simping is?
But simping is letting the female control you. That's what simping is. Huh?
So you saying that Sierra takes control?
No. Don't do that. So what I'm saying is, y'all
make sure y'all call in. We need some more inputs on this, and make sure you subscribe too.
What I'm saying is, Russell Wilson gets categorized as a simp because he's a good brother that takes care of his woman, right? So that's the stereotype, and let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real about it.
Let's be real about it. He's light skinned. He's kind of fair skinned too, with curly hair. So most of the people who get categorized as a simp is your good brothers with the curly hair. You know what I'm saying? Because the bad boy, the thug situation comes. Stigma comes from the dark skinned brother. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? And I think that's fair to say. And I'm coming from a fair skinned brother with curly hair.
So, I ain't gonna, I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, man, this brother, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what I will say is, because you want to get into the word simp. Simp, and I think I've defined it. Pimping is someone who's in control, and simping is someone who have relinquished their control, whether it be male or female. You know what I'm saying? Because a female can relinquish all control as well, of her emotions, of her esteem, of her all of that stuff, and you can categorize a female as a simp.
Okay. All right. So check.
You know what I'm saying? So what's up? Talk to me.
So check this out. So I had this conversation with a young lady a little while ago. And it didn't really get heated or nothing, but it was a kind of a, we didn't really, we was like right here with it, because it's like, okay, cool. So she explained it to me that a traditional man, because she said she was traditional herself. She a traditional woman. She looking for a traditional man, right? So she like, a traditional man is going to be someone that, brings the bread home and she gonna bake it. He gonna bring the food home and she gonna cook it, right? And so on and so forth. However, and she also mentioned that she's not going to be chasing no man. She's going to let the man call her, let the man say good morning, let the man say good night, all of these things to, kind of let her know that, you understand me, he likes her, and that's the way pretty much the relationship gonna go. So that's she kind of lumps that in one scenario and say that's what she looking for is a traditional man. Now I'm sitting back thinking like that for me, because I didn't really kind of like and plus she a high earner herself. You know what I'm saying? She's super educated. Probably would classify her as a modern woman, like Kevin to say.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm sitting back. I'm peeping. I'm gonna just keep it all the way funky with you. I'm sitting back. I'm peeping game, right? I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? Is she trying to prime me to see where I'm at on my square? You know what I mean? To see if I'm simping or I'm about to, you know what I mean, relinquish my control.
Right.
But me, I'm standing on mine, but I'm always listening at the same time. So I'm listening, I'm paying attention, but I must let her know. First of all, baby girl, I don't chase him. You understand me? I don't chase him. I replace him. You know what I mean? Second of all, you must have desire for me. You must have desire for me, because I'm not about to chase no woman, and call her every day and blow up her phone and all of these type of things. You understand me? And I'm definitely not about to put my bread on the table for you to count it. You understand me? And I ain't gonna buy all the food for you to cook. Now I will buy the food, but I need to know that you is down for your man. You gonna buy the food at times. You gonna provide at times because I got you, baby girl. I'm gonna make sure we straight. But I want that same type of feeling, you know what I'm saying, that I'm giving out. So, you know, I had to go back and think of that, you know, when I went to my back cave. I'm like, man, let me sit back and really think on that, because I pretty much done, you know, we done chopped that up. We pretty much, hey, I didn't call her, she ain't call me since, you know what I'm saying? So that I understand that I'm not desired by her, and I'm not finna get the, you know what I'm saying, trying to chase her, because my thing is, if you start like that, that's how the relationship gonna go. And I think she had kind of said the same thing. If she started chasing a man, then that's how the relationship gonna go. So now, I guess right off the bat, I would ask you, how would you classify her? Would you say she's you understand me? Would you say she's a modern woman, or she's traditional, or is I'm the one tripping and I'm not traditional, I'm the modern day dude? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you bust that one down.
Well, first of all, that relationship wouldn't work no way, because both of y'all was living in y'all masculine energy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because everything that she described, everything that she said or described is how a man thinks and dwells and acts.
That's crazy.
And so she was literally this new term that everybody's throwing around. She was a alpha female.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And as an alpha female and an alpha male, that ain't gonna work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna work. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know, she was standing on her square, as you say, and you were standing on your square, and y'all were just gonna sit there and joust and see who gonna knock each other off the doggone pedestal. That's all that was.
And I wasn't about to
have some fun. The sex might have been great, you know what I'm saying, but that's about it.
You see, I get the feeling from some of these women that they have, you know, because we got the, you know, because they got the sex toys and everything these days. And I'm not making no excuses. Don't get me wrong, because there's women out there that love me. That's 100 with me. I'm talking about, you know, the energy, right? So because they can please themselves these days, they not really tripping on, you know what I'm saying? It's really not, you understand me? The prize used to be the man, right? We used to be the prize. You know, you can win over a man's heart. You know what I'm saying? Then it's, you know what I'm saying, we getting somewhere. Nowadays, they are, and we talked about this before, they already depleted and satisfied, full, breaded up, careered up. And I'm gonna get into, even though I know this is supposed to be a show about the men's, I'm gonna get into how corporate America is tainting a lot of them. But we're gonna get into that a little later in the show. But my thought process is, you know, how can because that might work for the traditional man. That might have been smooth. You know what I'm saying? So then when I think about that, is the traditional man a beta man? Is he kind of simping in his energy, or is it, if you
a traditional man?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
because
a lot of that has been lost.
They'll take advantage of you. They'll take advantage of you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if you would have met that female, how would you approach the situation? Because she's looking for a traditional man.
No, she's really not. She's really not. She's looking for a beta man, but she's adding traditional man pressures on him.
Ooh, you dropped some bars right there. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so what's the old saying? You want your cake and you want the icing and the cake and eat it too, something like that. So you know, she won't both the icing and the cake. You know. You know what I'm saying? And in some instances you can't have both because both some men don't know how to be both.
Right.
Because some men wasn't taught how to be both. Because again, you know, we go back into, you know, most men now is being raised in single parent homes. You know what I'm saying? And so who is he learning how to be a man from? You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
You know, he's learning how to be a man based on what he watches on television, or he's learning how to be a man based on what he sees in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we all know that we all know that the majority of the D boys that's out there they're not traditional men.
Yeah, that's a fact. Are they modern men, or do we have another classification for these guys?
The majority of the D boys out there, they good-hearted people. Don't get it twisted. I know a lot of D boys that got great intentions and hearts,
right?
But and they grow into traditional men. You know what I'm saying? But while they're out in the streets, they just trying to fuck everything that's walking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, you know, so most men nowadays are learning from that. You know what I'm saying? And so, and the mothers, though a mother can teach a young man how to be an adult, she can't teach a young man how to really be a man.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real. Yeah, that's real.
She can teach him how to be an adult and how to be responsible for himself, but she can't teach him how to be a man.
Right. Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, most men nowadays, and then of course go back to, you know, past conversations and past episodes, you know, mothers are spoiling the sons like men would traditionally do their daughters, and treating their daughters how most men would traditionally treat their sons. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you have the flip flop right now.
You know I'm gonna get that clip. That's an ill clip right there. You snap. So what are we classifying these new dudes? That is because I mean, we really can't say they're the modern man, because that might be a stretch by saying they the modern man, because like I said, when you see like on the picture, let me pull that up real quick to give them a shot just what we kind of like thinking of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you seeing a brother, you know, really taking care of himself, dressed up, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing. You see the other brother, traditional, he at times he might be a little goofy, but you know what I'm saying, he's still a man though. He'll still hold it down for his family. He ain't gonna play with you, but yet he's still gonna bring the bread home. The wife know, or the girlfriend know that brother coming home, that brother ain't gonna be messing around. That brother, you know, is solid. You know, he gonna handle the business. But that ain't is that really what they want? Because they say they want that.
It's not.
But that ain't what they want.
But how many conversations have you been a part of or had where you literally heard a woman say, if we arguing, or what, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, when we arguing, I just want you to choke me, or when we arguing, I just want you to grab me and put me against the wall. I've actually personally have had an ex of mine who told me if I didn't hit her, I didn't love her.
That's what they saying.
I have literally had a woman. I've had a woman who told me if I didn't hit her, I didn't love her, because the only way she knew how to show love was because she saw her father or the male figure in her life beating on her mom. So that's how she represented. That's how she interpreted love. You know what I'm saying?
She might get the right traditional man. You know what I'm saying? On her. She might get the right traditional man. That ain't no laughing matter, because that's abuse. But I mean, you know, but hey, you know, some women that's you know, some women really like that, and that, you know, it might be a couple out there that go strong with that. You know, that's
and
real.
Then you know, and then you have some men who don't want a woman that he's not arguing with all the time.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if she's in the house, she in the kitchen or in the bedroom or on the couch watching TV, and she ain't messing with him, he feeling a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, who you talking to? Because of his own insecurity. So there is a lot of toxicity in the black culture between male and female.
That's
deep. And at this point, going into 2023, the confusion is real, because you already see you can't say anything to a black woman nowadays without her taking it as an insult.
I wouldn't say that. You know, that might be.
If you ask a young black woman to smile, what she gonna do? She gonna catch the attitude.
It's a possibility. I think it's a way you come across as well, and the way you know what I'm saying. But I know that most definitely I can speak on that, and to that you know, I've been noticing that it's been a lot of hey, check this out. Black women, sisters, y'all not even smiling at brothers no more. I do get smiles occasionally, I ain't gonna lie, but man, they it's like they, you know, sometimes I just get the feeling like they just don't need us, you know. And then you got these Latin women out here smiling, giggling, but then you got these white women out here all in your face, you understand me, all in the place. So it's like, you know, what's going on, sisters? You know, and we need more sisters to tap in.
Here in Miami, I get approached by more white women, German women, Latino women than I do my own race of people.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we all know, you know, of course I love women, but we all know I'm pro-black. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to date inside my race, but my race make it so hard to date inside my race. You know, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm a second that. I'm a second that for the reason of I know that things have changed. There's been a shift in the energy, and I'm just gonna keep that real. You know, because you know, I know I'm a confident brother. I'm sure you're a confident brother. And we doing things out here, but it's some type of shift. There's some type of shift that's going on that is not right. You know what I mean? And for some reason, the sisters ain't really on the right energy wave, the right frequency nowadays. And I'm just gonna keep that one real. You know, now it may be the places where yeah, go ahead, brother.
No. You finish your thought.
Yeah, it may just be the places I'm at currently. You know what I mean? Because I'm down here in Miami. Things are a little different. People move a little different. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I don't really get out a lot. I'm working a lot. I'm doing a lot. So a lot of times, and I done put myself in a position where if you want a gem, if you want a jewel, you got to come find me, baby girl. And, you know, we're gonna set something up. I got some good women in my life now. I'm gonna keep that real, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna set something up. But you gotta, you know, a diamond, you gotta search for a diamond. You gotta search for something that's in the, you know what I mean, that's valuable, a gem. You feel what I'm saying? So when you out here on these streets and dudes coming dime a dozen and they coming with the weak game, they got the weak literature, the weak spit, that could be one of the reasons why I'm seeing like they just kind of like fair. But when you see us coming through sharp, we looking like two private jets, we glossy, we saucy, and we say, hey, how you doing? Or, you know, good evening, good day. We need that energy to come on back correct. You know what I mean? Because I sometimes I think to myself, man, maybe it's the sisters that need to get it together. You know what I mean? Maybe, and that's what a lot of what the brother Kevin was exposing. He was showing how the sisters was a little dysfunctional in their point of view, and I'm like, I'm kind of seeing this.
Well,
I'm kind of seeing this in reality. You feel me?
Well, I mean, you got to think. You know, if you have, let me see how, because I was going to use the terminology, but I don't want to use that. I don't want to get in trouble. You take a kid, right? Not saying that, you know, not saying that black women are kids, but you take a child and you never chastise that child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You never discipline that child. Eventually that child gonna grow up and just run a damn up. Right? And that's what's happening, unfortunately, to our sisters, because you can't, again, you know, it's so much money being poured into marketing. It's so much money being poured into shows that shows, you know, a black woman in, you know, a powerful state, you know, very prime powerful example, you know, the Woman King, i.e. As much as I love Wakanda, this new Wakanda is putting the women up, you know, on the pedestal. And so there's so much money poured into the divisiveness, right? Keeping her in a mindset that she's better than us, the black man. And so, you know, if you continue to pour into her, and then of course, anytime you say something to a sister or a young black woman, oh, you hate women, or you must be gay, or you must be, you know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get so many different labels if you even say something to one of them. Right. And so that's what brother Kevin Samuels showed us. And yeah, some of his tactics was, you know, a little dramatic. What he was saying was actual and factual, but the delivery and some of the ways that he did things was a little, you know, off scale. But behind the dramatics was facts.
It was facts, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got Vivica Fox, who is damn near 50 plus years old, single, never married, no kids. You know what I'm saying? Who was an industry, you know, hookup. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is come out after the man's death and make the comments that she made. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? And so Vivica has become Vivica and Diamond, Lisa Ray.
Okay, yeah.
Has become the they're the fill-in or the stand-in for our black women. To be 50, you know what I'm saying, to be 50, almost 60 years old, mid-50s, single, no kids, not married, the whole 9 yards. That's the portrait that they're showing of our black women, and these are the women that our black women are idolizing because they are in the limelight. We're the only race of people that treat our celebrities the way that we treat them. That idolize our celebrities the way that we treat them.
Now, with you saying that right there, I would want to visit. What is the stereotype, or what is the picture that they showing of the black men then? Because we see where they got the black woman at, and they putting up on the pedestal. It's like, you know what I mean, brothers, you either gonna come with it, you gonna buy us this, you gonna buy us that, or we ain't messing with y'all. What is the profile and the stereotype of the black men you seeing right now?
You got multiples. You got gay black men.
Okay.
That's the one that they're pushing heavily right now.
They pushing that heavy.
You got Yeah, they're pushing the gay black man real heavy. Yeah. And the transgender black man, they pushing that real heavy right now.
That's a fact. That's 100% fact. What you're saying.
And then you got the Puffies, you got the Diddies. You know what I'm saying? The almost 50, 60 years old guy who's just sleeping with everybody. You know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Never married, got multiple kids. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. So that's what you're showing. And then of course to just maul out thug. You know what I'm saying? The maul out gangster, the guy that sagging his pants. You know, don't have any class about himself. You know what I'm saying? Rarely in any education, and got guns and weed and alcohol. That's it. That's what they're showing the black man as. You don't see any positive outside of Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart is a positive, and he's everywhere. As a man who's married, has his kids, you know, and handling his business.
And then on top of all that, I gotta add this one. On top of all that, then you will have someone like Kanye West, where they'll strip him down, as Mr. Standard say, they'll butt break him and show him losing his whole family, right? So that they want to idolize that, show that brother how we strip him of his whole family. And you know, rightfully that it ain't all, you know what I'm saying, he did some things. I'm sure he did some things to put in that situation. But what I'm saying is the media will feed that to us. You know, you will go on Kim Kardashian page, Instagram page, and you will see her with the 4 kids on all the whole page and none of him. You feel what I'm saying? Or they do certain, photo shoots and make it seem like, they fatherless. You know what I'm saying? She had these kids by herself when them kids' daddy is a black man, a high earning black man, a strong black man. We can't take that away from him, right? Potentially a traditional black man, right? Because he's serious about having this family. He's serious about taking care of his kids and things like that. When you got other people just, you know what I'm saying, here, go ahead with it. Go ahead on with that. You know what I'm saying? A 50 Cent, here, go ahead on with that. I ain't even trying to talk to my son. I don't even want to see my kids. Okay, we're gonna put that in the limelight. That's important for us to keep promoting that he don't even mess with his son. He don't want nothing to do with his son. Or he paid him this amount of money. And that really kind of bothered me, but that's a whole nother that's next week fatherless child episode, you know what I'm saying? But
let me say this, because I have to say this now that you went on that rail.
Okay.
I am so proud. And of course I used to idolize the brother personally, because I used to, playing ball, I wanted to be like him. But prime time, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. I am so proud of this brother that this brother is in the limelight now.
Okay.
And he's showing how a black man stands up, take care of his responsibilities, take care of his family, and not only take care of his family, but take care of the community. I'm so happy. Now, mind you, they don't show he's not married to her, but they don't show his woman too often. You know what I'm saying? And he's been with Tracy Edmonds for almost a decade now. Well, close to a decade now. Okay. They don't show her too often, but they do show him.
I ain't even seen her. I ain't seen her not one time, I don't think.
Right. But they do show him with all of his sons and his daughter who plays basketball. All of them, you know what I'm saying, is in the program some kind of way. And they show him, taking care of not only Jackson State, but the whole entire HBCU programs all together. So we got to give a shout out to Coach Prime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what he's doing for the black male image.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we got to give a shout out for that.
Right. No, that's real talk. That's going to be, even though he got a splash of modern dayness, that's still gonna be that's still a classic traditional man holding his family down, taking care of his kids, helping the community out, married to one woman, We don't know what he did on them business trips and on them football trips and all them baseball trips. But the point is, that brother been holding it down. George Foreman holding it down. You know, we can go on and on and on of the brothers that have been holding it down, traditional brothers. But then, you know, you got the modern day brothers, okay? And they're a little different. And, you know, they will I can't even say like the Puffies and the, you know, the 50 cents and we just talking about the industry right now, because, you know, we can get off into some other stuff, but I don't even see them idolizing they, you know, I don't even see them really holding their families down like that. You feel what I'm saying? They really promoting something totally different. You feel what I'm saying? So it's crazy, you know, it's crazy. And that's really a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother topic. But just to circle all the way back, you know, the women, man, and the modern day man and the modern day woman and the traditional man and the traditional woman, because it's a lot of traditional women out there, but I'm like, where they at? Like, what happened to them? Where they go? You feel me? Like that. I feel like they got caught up in something and they just stopped even really looking for men, because I always felt like if a woman, and this is how I was raised up, this is how I was brought up, if a woman wants you, she's gonna let you know she wants you. Therefore, you never have to really go out and search for her, because it's gonna be an organic desire. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then that's gonna make you as a man wanna provide for her. You feel what I'm saying? Wanna do things for her. You know, it's these women
I don't.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, let me double back. Now it's a mind state that I think is being pushed upon brothers, that if you ain't coming straight out your pocket and paying for everything, if you ain't buying her this and buying her that, then you are not a real man. You feel what I'm saying? And that's not even an order. That's not even an order. You feel what I'm saying? That's not even an order.
Well, and that goes back to what I was saying in reference to not just men but women too. Is it's confused. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I there's no other word I can utilize to better describe that other than just confused. You know what I'm saying? Because again, as I stated in the beginning of the show, you know, it's just like you said, it is out of order, but and that's, you know, it's I don't know, man. I don't know at this point what, because with the and I hate to keep saying this, but with the Instagram, TikTok, even the YouTube, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, and multiple other streaming services, you know what I'm saying, there's really, once you monetize buffoonery, and somebody can now make money off of just, you know, clowning, shaking their ass. You know what I'm saying, degrading men or women. You know what I'm saying? Just once you monetize that, there's no coming back from that, because now everybody's always gonna be chasing that dollar.
So, you know, when you said that, by you saying that, you know, and I'm on YouTube every day, unfortunately.
But we're both on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the push of the traditional man in the black family or the family in general. I'm not seeing that, you know, and I'm studying YouTube right now, and I'm studying the algorithms, and I'm seeing that the machine is testing your mentality and your mind state to see if you even like that, period. If you even do any type of anything that got to do with structure and purpose, and they cutting it off. But foolishness, buffoonery.
At this point in our society, today, even as the elections is going on, and Ron DeSantis just wins. Ron DeSantis just won again. I got it on TV right now. But even today, as we speak, there's no such thing as real. Because if you say something and I disagree with it, and you know what I'm saying, I can mute you by canceling you. You know what I'm saying? And so there's repercussions for some and no repercussions for others based on where you are on the grand scheme of economic levels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
real.
So and now we have what you call deep fakes. So now I can create a deep fake and say whatever the hell I want to say through the deep fake, and then all I got to say is it wasn't me. That was a fake. Fake news.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Fake what? You know what I'm saying? It's what I can do, say, or whatever the case is. Say, you know what? It wasn't me.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So we are literally living in a world of make believe.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, that's what's going on right now. So you know, like you said, you know, a lot of brothers is lost, a lot of sisters is lost, but we're gonna get it back together. You know, that's what I'm gonna say. We're gonna get it back together, and you know, traditional or modern, just be a man. You know, man up. Let's man up. You know what I mean? Let's man up to our responsibilities. Let's man up to our relationships. Let's man up to, you know, getting things accomplished. You know what I mean? Because that's the agenda, is to get us off purpose. And I'm gonna just slide over a little bit and just, you know, touch on the Kyrie, you know, Irving, Kyrie's type situation. And this is, like one brother said to me, this is a public whooping. This is a public whipping of what they call the butt breaking. And the butt breaking meant that they'll take the strongest slave at any sight or any hint of, you know, disrespect to the master or whatever, or the you know, or any other slaves. They will whip him, you know, for hours in front of all the other slaves, just to let you know, stay in your place. You feel what I'm saying? Don't you dare talk up against us. Don't you dare think about running off the plantation. Don't you dare doing any of that, because this was gonna happen to you. And now we.
But yeah, I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And now we're seeing that publicly right now. It's an economic warfare where we're being whipped if you speak out, and that's really taking a lot of weight. They trying to, I don't want to say they, but you know, this is a object to take away your strength and your manhood. You know what I mean? Because a lot of money come from, you know, a lot of strength come from money. You know, brother got some money, brother a little bit more powerful. Brother broke, brother ain't really got nothing to be saying, nothing to be talking about, right? You really can't stand up too strong against a woman. You know, that's a big reason. You really can't stand on your manhood if you ain't got no money. The women got all the money right now, so they like, man, what you talking about? You broke. That's the instant escape away from some real, you know, direction, some real instructions. Oh, you broke. How you gonna, you know what I mean? Like, so in that, I think that's done purposely to put them in that position, along with what we're seeing right now. Okay, no, we finna break you. You know, if you ain't broke, guess what? After we get done with you, you're gonna be broke. You feel what I'm saying? So it's getting crazy. I'm gonna let you touch on that, brother.
Well, I mean, when you look at real statistics,
yeah,
it's not so much that they make. When I'm talking about women now. It's not so much that they make more money than we do, because really they don't. They actually have they have the jobs and the positions, but they're not making the same money.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so, because actually,
I'm listening.
So really, they're put in a higher position to make it to give the illusion. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's really taking place now. As far as the Kyrie Irving stuff,
hold on, let me touch on that before you get to the Kyrie thing. So, and this is just from some of the women I know, right? I feel you on putting a position, right? I feel you on that because I know some women in high positions that still barely get just barely over 100K, right? They may be making like 120 when they should be making like 220, right? I know one in particular that probably should be around 250, right? With her position and what she's doing, she should be at 250, but she ain't even touching 150, right? However the case may be, a lot of brothers don't even have education in general. So
true. Well, that's also. I mean,
they got to take the blue collar route or the entrepreneurial route, which don't really lead to them dividends like getting that $5,000 a month every month on your salary plus a bonus. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, I have to say this. And again, R.I.P. brother Kevin Samuels, because he used to say this all the time. I used to watch him frequently, and he used to come out and bring out the statistics and the stats. More women is enrolled in college, but that doesn't mean that more women is actually getting the education in college than the men.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, but to go back to the workforce, you and I both know, or at least you and I'm assuming you know as well. You get a woman to work for you, she's gonna give you her all.
Potentially.
The vast majority of the time.
Yeah,
she's gonna give you. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman is more a woman tends to be more loyal to her job.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thus, she's going to give you longevity on the job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So more. I would say more women are career women than men are career men. Because once a woman get on that job, she's gonna perform. She's gonna give her all and dedicate herself to that particular position or job.
Okay, right.
So she tends to get more perks because of her loyalty and dedication on that job, on thus says job. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, a woman might be put in a certain position or a certain tier on the job that's higher than a man simply because of those factors, not because she's more educated, but because she's more loyal or whatever the case is. And so, and then in some cases, and probably in more cases than not, she might have a little, because more women tend to go back to school more so than men do. You know what I'm saying? And so,
yeah.
I go to school, you go to school, we both get our bachelor's or whatever the case is, but that woman is going to go back to get her master's, you know what I'm saying? Or go back to get, and so forth. So, that's generally how it is. But yeah, I don't want to put out misinformation about women make more money than men. That's generally not the case. But they are putting.
I wouldn't say they are money, but they and this is just my opinion. This is not the facts, but just from peer-to-peer research and talking to multiple women in multiple states in different time periods, I don't see a lot of brothers with degrees and good jobs. I just don't. I just don't. A lot of brothers that I'm coming across, traditional men especially, is like I said, they with the blue collar jobs. It's the modern men And I ain't talking about the modern hip hop men, but the modern men, professional men that have the education, that have the finances, and that's what the brother would be. That's what that's what the brother would classify the brothers as the high value men. Is the ones that really, okay, we in position. We don't have to take no nonsense. We ain't got to take no arguing. We ain't got to take no fighting. We not going necessarily roll out the red carpet unless we know that you a sister that deserves that. You feel what I'm saying? Because once again, a lot of sisters, modern day sisters, traditional sisters, they get into these corporate roles and then they start to kind of like lose themselves in work because, like you said, you was 100% right. They start to care about the job so much and care about trying to move up versus get, like you said, move up, but not really get the income to really, to really balance that out. You feel what I'm saying? So then that's their whole focus. So they lose themselves. They get, overweight a little bit and whatnot. And I know a lot of sisters out there is working on that right now. So we're going to give y'all the credit for that. And we want y'all to continue to work on that because there's a lot of brothers out there that may not have the education, that may be working a blue collar job, that may be traditional men that's looking for some good women, but once again, y'all got it in those positions. Y'all got to stop looking at the high value men like, that's the target, because I think that's where the delusion come in at, because the modern day man, he probably got his eyes set on something else. And then you got all these other women that's coming around from other cultures that's really rolling out the red carpet. That's really showing a man or making him feel how he need to feel when he need to feel it. You see what I'm saying? Because I done been on lives with some women, you done been on lives with some women, and we having these type of conversations, and they saying ludicrous things like brothers just coming over to give them fellatio or give them oral sex and leave. Like, what in the, you know what I mean? Who's doing that? You feel me? Who's man anyway? But I'm listening to conversations and I'm trying to piece it together, and I'm like, that's why a lot of these sisters singles, because I don't think that they really ready for, really, to be honest, the traditional man or the modern day man, but especially the modern day.
I mean, I look at it from a perspective. Okay, so let me give you a scenario, right? Sure. So you take a quote unquote blue collar worker.
Yeah.
And we actually need a female. I don't want to ask you this. We actually need a female on the show.
It's crazy. It's crazy. We gotta do what we gotta do though. We men, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah. So you got a blue collar guy who don't have much university education, but has a whole lot of trade school education. You know what I'm saying? So okay. He might be the construction worker, but he's the foreman on the construction site, right? Making a foreman, I would say a foreman probably makes around, if I had to guess, probably about $80,000-$85,000 a year.
Okay.
That's just a broad guesstimate. Now he's in charge of the whole entire site. You know what I'm saying? But he comes home, he got his hard hat, he got his dirty overalls on. If you see him in the grocery store, you'll think he was just, you know what I'm saying, or just regular Joe Schmo with the construction boots on and the pins hanging out of his pocket, the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah.
He probably driving a GMC or F-150 or something like that. Yeah.
He got the Silverado.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He driving a Silverado or something. You know, and then you got the educated brother who is working corporate America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who is not top tier, but he might be second level on his position, but he's educated. You know what I'm saying? He's university educated.
Right.
And he probably equals about second tier. You're probably making about $60,000 to $70,000.
Okay.
But he's driving a C-class Mercedes.
He got the little C-class. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't at S-class level yet. Okay. He's at the C-class.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with that? C-class still coming through. Okay.
Yeah. You still popping with the C-class, but you ain't S-class level yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
you
so
gotta throw the C back a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah. You know, and so which one of these brothers do you think that the women are gonna go after? Based on appearance.
Based on appearance?
Cause you know the corporate dude, he rocking with the with the suits on. He got the you know what I'm saying, he got the he looking clean. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, he looking like two jets.
No,
you know,
he looking like a first class flight ticket. He looking like one first class ticket. Okay.
But the other guy's worth more, but he looking like, you know what I'm saying, he looking like the old, you know what I'm saying, Toyota Corolla.
He looking like a Greyhound bus ticket.
Yeah. Which one do you think that the women are going to go afterwards?
I hate to think like a woman, and that's not what I'm doing.
That's why I said we need a woman on the show. That's why I said we need a woman.
We do, and I hope that that as the show go on and we continue to stay solid in our you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get them, sooner or later. But I would think that, but see, then we have another variable. It depends on what type of woman it is, because women, have low self-esteem some of the times. And I heard this from a woman. She said this to me. She said, we already have low self-esteem, so why do we want to face rejection? That was her reason why she wouldn't chase a man, or she not going to initiate, any type of contact. You feel me? So if it's a educated woman or a woman out here with one of these good jobs, I would think she would go for the brother that's jumping up out of the C class. Huh?
You would think that's the one she's with, or that's the one she
I don't know, because there's some slick women out here. There's some pretty slick women out here that might just see the brother over there jumping out the Silverado and be on game and be like, let me go holler at this brother with this Silverado.
Well, check this out. I need y'all, if y'all watching the show or whenever y'all watch the show, I need y'all to drop the comments down after this question for us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because we would love the feedback from you ladies on this particular scenario right now.
Yeah, we need it. We need it. You is you hollering at the brother with the Silverado? That's almost like the one when we said, is we hollering at the 5 or the 10? Sisters, are you hollering at the brother that's got the Silverado, but he might have him $200K, from his construction, from his LLCs or something, or from what he doing? He might have him a cool 200 in the bank. You feel me? But he not impressed with it, because I hear a lot of brothers. I'm being in the jury business. I heard a lot of brothers say, "That don't impress me. I'm not a flashy dude. I don't even wear jewelry." Straight like that, and mean it wholeheartedly. You feel what I'm saying? But got plenty of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And vice versa. I know some dudes that stay sharp, stay jewelried up, but they don't really have no significant income. You feel what I'm saying? So, it could be a ploy though, because she could get with the brother, the modern day brother, looking like a first class flight ticket, and then he really having some financial difficulties. You feel me?
He got some issues like a mother.
But you know, it's crazy out here right now. You know, it's crazy out here right now. You know, but you know,
but the point that I was making,
yeah,
is how you dress it up. Because really, the guy in the Silverado or the GMC or the F-150, the value of that brother is is higher from a professional standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Because they building stuff as the preacher man say, everywhere. You know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They constantly building stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so his value is higher, but because he's not dressed to the nines like the other brother is, they'll walk right past him.
They'll walk right past that brother. Yeah, they'll walk right past that brother. And these days, you could be dressed to the nine and they walk right past you too. Because I get a lot of sisters walking right past, and I'm like, you know, cool, whatever. You know, what happened to the days when sisters? I heard the brother. I heard the brother Kevin say that. Like, what happened to the days where the sisters smiled at you? You know, hit you with the. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know, that's a thing of the past almost. You know what I mean? So, sisters, y'all.
And then you hear smiling. And then you hear these women nowadays who say they don't even want a man that has a 9 to 5.
Yeah, I done heard some real ludicrous stuff on this here Instagram.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I done heard
like
some.
If you,
they promoting
like
that.
If you got a 9 to 5.
You see something like that, they got 150,000 views. I don't want,
they don't
even man that got no 9 to 5. I want a man that's a scammer or a drug dealer because he could do things for me. What type of thinking is this, sisters? And
they want because he can provide them with more time. Like he don't have to clock in, so he can spend more time with them. But if a man is spending all his time with his woman, what kind of money is he really making?
That's simping. That's classified as simping.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Underneath your woman, if you up underneath your woman every day, like the high priest said, if you up underneath your woman every day, then you're simping, man. You're simping. The high priest said that you're simping, man. You know what I mean? You need to let that woman breathe, man. That woman need to be able to get to miss you. You see what I'm saying? Because that's why the woman started to devalue you in the first place, right? It's because you up underneath her all day. You ain't giving her no space. And then she started thinking about the brother who ain't around. You feel what I'm saying? That she did meet on the humbug at the grocery store that ain't blowing up her phone. See, I'm not blowing your phone up. I ain't gonna blow your phone up. You feel me? I'm not the one that's gonna blow your phone up. You know what I mean? But you know, you still might, you know, be actually thinking about me later on tonight. You feel what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. You know, it's crazy. And you know, tonight it's a storm out here. I'm in the studio. So we're gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. You know, I know this is a shorter stream, but we're gonna come back full force on y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place. But however, we ain't done just yet. Mr. Flowers, go ahead and give them some news they can use though. You know what I'm saying? So no, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Mr. Flowers, are you a traditional man or do you consider yourself, you know, a modern day man? Just so the ladies know.
I have grown into being a traditional man. I've literally had to grow into that because I've done some things in my lifetime that I'm, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't quite on the traditional pathway.
Okay.
But as a 43-year-old guy, that has a couple things that's happening. But yeah, at this point, I would consider myself a traditional. Now, you ask me. Now, what about yourself? Do you consider yourself traditional or modern?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the road up. I'm gonna take the road of the modern day brother, man. The traditional thing I think is being is being used and abused, you know, and I'm seeing how they're using it to, you know, a lot of women is using it to their advantage. You know, brothers, you know, allowing themselves to be used and manipulated, trying to please these women that, like I said before, don't even like them, not interested in them, but just being bothered with them because they paying. You feel me saying that? That's, you know, that's you know, I've heard it said that that's tricking, bro. That's when it comes to you're actually being tricked. You're being tricked into thinking that a woman like you, that when she leaves, she be so glad you gone, that she, you know what I mean? Like she's like, "Ooh, I'm glad he gone." As soon as you walk out the door, and you
Right.
elated, you skipping down the street, you in love because you're not allowing yourself, because you chased her in the first place. You're not allowing yourself to really fall back and really see the signs and really read the 90% of non-verbal language, body language, and see she not even feeling you, bro. She not even with you, bro. You understand me? So a lot of times, me myself, I say I'm the modern day, because we have to recalculate. You know, we got to reassess. You know how these
You got
women
to
are.
recalibrate.
You know what I'm saying? We got to recalibrate the way things are going these days. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where I'm kind of at with it right now. You know what I mean? Like, I need to know you guys. First of all, for a lot of brothers out there, I want y'all to really pay attention to this what I'm about to hit y'all with. A woman must show you that she has some desire for you. What does that mean, Mr. J Mac? Desire means, is that woman texting you good morning, good night? Is that woman offering to bring you some lunch or bring you some food? You dig what I'm talking about? Is that woman saying, you know, even though y'all might live in separate different places, do you need anything? Can I, you know, come over and help you clean up your place or something like that? That's ringing bells in my head. Like, no, this is one that I can go ahead and reciprocate that type of energy. When I got time, then, hey, baby, can you know what I'm saying? Hey, baby girl, can you want me to slide through and help you with anything? You know, if we live in separate places, you got your own property, and I got my own property. Listen, you know, you want me to come over and help you with your yard or something like that? Whatever the case may be, we go out. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that because I want to. You feel me? Because that's the way you made me feel. How many times you went out on a date and then a check come, you thinking to yourself, I don't even want to pay this. I don't even, man, I just played myself. Like, and she sitting back licking her fingers. You know what I'm saying? Once you done,
yeah,
she like this here with a full stomach. You sucker. Get out of here. Beat
I
it.
holler. Give you that kiss on the cheek. I holler.
Tired on you. You looking around trying to figure out why she's driving so fast. She's skirting tires on you. You just sucker. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've learned how to really stand on my square, like I said before. You know, even though I wasn't raised with my father, I had a lot of fathers in my life that really, you know, kind of slapped me on the hand and said, "Nah, man, don't do that. Do this. Don't do that. Do that." But a lot of this come from trial and error. You know, you got to go through something to get to something. So now I'm a little harder on the women that I get with or the women I be with, because you got, if you gonna be with a king, you got to know how to be a queen. You feel what I'm saying? If you're gonna be with a warrior, you got to know how to deal with that. You got to know how to be with a entrepreneur or a businessman or somebody that's gonna be a high earner. You got to know how to treat that brother. You can't treat a brother that's got a 9-to-5, or a brother that's working construction, or a brother that's working in finance, or a brother that's driving buses. Them is all different personalities. You got to treat each one of them brothers a little bit different. You feel me? You can't have the same remedy for each one of them brothers because they require different things. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's some master females out there that you got to be real careful of, because they know the science behind that. They know which each brother needs. You feel what I'm saying? And they can, you know, play to that. But it's not many out there, so you don't have to worry about that. But it is some. But ladies, do your research. You know, do your research, because there is a lot of us out here these days that still looking for good women, still would like to entertain and be a part of that, you know, but I don't think we with the foolery. You know, I think it's really no nonsense, and we will get the first inkling and the first, you know, couple sentences of something that even sound like you coming with some game or you trying to, you know, play around. Then, you know, for me, it's, you know, next, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm too busy trying to, you know, create a legacy for a whole lot of people. And that could be even including you if you out there watching. You dig what I'm talking about? So yeah, we're gonna close this thing out, man. I'm sorry I had to do that, man. I had to let that off my chest, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you know, do you. Yeah. You speaking nothing but truth, though. You speaking how you feel.
I appreciate that, man. I don't want to be on here and that's another thing, you know, our channel, we growing it. I want you to make sure you subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get better and better and better. You know, we at the beginning of the show, we had some technical difficulties. Then we growing the show, you know, we trying to grow the viewers and the followers and all of that. So we need y'all love. We need y'all to share some of this. Go ahead and make a reel. Go ahead and make a short and set this stuff out here, because that's how we could take that and then we can help you out there. You know what I'm saying? When you start to get your show together, because that's the future. The future is shows. The future is entertainment on these platforms. You better believe it. You better start creating now. Don't get left behind. You watching us now, we need to be watching you, because I'm telling you, this ball is rolling. And these people right now, they planning on the future. They putting systems together right now to get paid off of these platforms, to get paid off of this right here. So if you ain't got a part-time job, this needs to be your part-time job. And if you want to get into the jury business, then you already know what to do. Go to www.prosperwithjamesmack.com. I'll show you one-on-one how to start getting into the jury business. You mix that with a little bit of entertainment. Boom, next thing you know, you got $1 million. You feel me? Mr. Flowers, you want to add anything to that?
Hey, you said a mouthful, my brother. You said it all. I'm A1 day one.
Already. Well, we look forward to y'all next week. We're gonna really turn it up next week. We're gonna have some female guests next week, so just bear with me. We're gonna start campaigning, and we're gonna start getting some female guests. We've been having a couple of them slip through our fingers. Everybody kind of scared to get in front of the camera these days. I don't know what's going on, but best believe we about to get some female guests, because we want that different type of perspective. But they got to be sensible. We're not just gonna bring no trash on the channel. Everything we do gonna be high standard. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just finna just be bringing on anybody on the channel. Everything is finna be high level, high standard, high definition. You know what I'm saying? All that. You feel me? So, hey, we look forward to y'all next week, and stay safe. Before you roll,
I know I started off the show, but I gotta end the show.
Yes, sir.
Of course, you know, to everybody who might have run for some type of office that won, congratulations. For those of you that might have lost your election, try again in 2 more years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For those of you that are veterans, we salute you. Happy Veterans Day to you.
Yeah.
And again, we'll see you in Wakanda this weekend. All right.
So we out.
So that's what's up. We out.
Right.